Well, welcome, Commissioner Ernie King, to our Wyoming County Democratic Committee monthly update for July 2020. Thank you very much for your willingness to appear and be recorded and give us an update on what's going on with the county. So thank you very much for Commissioner King for coming.
Well, you're quite welcome. I certainly appreciate the opportunity to speak out on some of these issues because I know there's a lot of confusion on some of them and people are wondering exactly what's going on. So let's hope that we can make things a little bit clearer for everybody.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, I have some questions for you, Commissioner King. How much money will the county receive through the CARES Act and how will it be spent in the county?
Well, the main CARES Act money is $2.4 million. And what we're doing, first thing, we will be taking the expenses that the county had that have associated with this virus situation, and we're going to reimburse the county treasury for those items, approximately $500,000. We're also quite concerned about the situation at a number of the local nonprofits, specifically places like the theater and the Seven Loaves Kitchen. Seven Loaves alone has over twice the necessary output that they were used to prior to the virus. And of course, the theater has been virtually shut down, and it's such an important cultural area that we were quite concerned about that. We have concerns about the hospital, but there is a new program coming specifically from the state for hospitals, so we haven't gotten any information on that yet. But all the remaining monies is going to be divided equally between the businesses that apply. And the way to do that will be in the Penny Saver, the New Age, and in the Rocket Courier this week will be the application ID on how to apply for this money. We're hoping that most of the businesses will use our specially set up email service, We Care at WYCOPA.org, Wyoming County, Pennsylvania.org. And you just type in We Care, and that'll bring up the application. These will be sent in to the commissioners. We'll go over them all. There's very little in way of information required. You won't need tax returns or anything of that nature. But then we are going to divide the remaining money equally between all the applications that we get from the various businesses. We had thought about doing it with tax returns or doing it with other types of information, but it would just get to be too complicated. So we decided that we will do an even division among all the businesses that apply for the money. So we are encouraging all businesses to apply for these funds. Now, these original instructions from the federal government and the state said that if you had gotten other federal monies, specifically that PPP grants, that you may not be eligible for this grant. But we are encouraging the businesses to apply anyway. We have right on the application, you can check whether you have received any of these other monies. And then because we think probably if those monies fell short of your losses, that we'll be able to make up some of the difference. So please apply. We're asking everybody to apply. There's also another program that's being administered by Treehab for us out of Susquehanna County, and there'll be information about that also in the local newspapers, another grant program for individual businesses. And then thirdly, the CEO, the people that now manage our food distribution down at the Robinson building in front of Walmart and other programs for us, will be doing a rent remediation program for people that have not been able to make their rent. This would be individuals, not businesses. So there are a number of programs out there. If anybody has any questions, please call us at the courthouse and let us know. Ask for the commissioner's office, and one of our secretaries is all up to date on all these programs, and we'll take any necessary information or direct you to the correct place.
Well, thank you. That sounds very promising for these hard-hit businesses in Wyoming County.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to being able to help people because it's been a very difficult time for everybody.
That's for sure. Well, moving on to another topic, Commissioner King. We know that Wyoming County has no state parks located in its borders, yet we've heard that PennDOT is planning to close the roadside rest, which for all practical purposes is Wyoming County State Park. So we wanted to know what possibly can be done about this dire possibility.
Well, as we speak, the roadside rest is closed. However, it wasn't PennDOT. The Wyoming County Commissioners voted to take that responsibility over from PennDOT several months ago. The reason being that the county actually owns the roadside rest. We had just allowed PennDOT to run it for a number of decades now, but there's been a series of problems there. Unfortunately, the neighbors have been complaining off and on for years about the situation. Just the other night, we had a group from out of town, loud boom boxes, fires going down there, and we've already, in effect, closed it. We've taken the picnic tables and made them inaccessible, et cetera, et cetera. But now we actually had to close the actual parking lot because we were trying to keep that open for the fishermen. But unfortunately, right now, we're at that situation. And what we're doing about it, first, we're asking anybody in the public that has an idea about what they would like to see done there, please let us know. Call the commissioner's office and let us know what could be done. Or even better, you can email me at eking@wycopa.org, Wyoming County, Pennsylvania.org. Just put my name, E. King, and that would get to me, and that would be a real help in determining what we're going to do down there. We also have our planning commission working on various and sundry grants for a park area there. But at this time, right at this moment, it is closed and we're not certain what the next step will be. But we are working very diligently on the problem.
Thank you, Commissioner King, for clarifying that situation. Moving on to another topic, how is the county going to move through this green phase that we're in? And are there any challenges in following the governor's guidelines for prevention of the spread of the COVID-19 virus?
Well, the biggest challenge is the public. The public knows what they need to be doing out there in terms of wearing the mask, keeping the social distancing, being careful about groups of people. Unfortunately, we have a proportion of the population that doesn't want to follow the rules. And I know that every time I go into a restaurant or into a store even, I'm always looking around to see who is following the mask rules, who's following the social distancing rules, and it's not 100% by any means. So we're encouraging people to please follow these common sense rules. If you look at the states in the United States, Pennsylvania is one of the best. Only two states have had less problems than we have. And the reason being is that the governor was so adamant and quickly put together these rules and enforced them throughout the state. Now in Wyoming County, we have been extremely proactive with this situation. We have put the nursing homes, the hospital, any institutions such as that on the same basis as the ambulance societies, the firemen, and bringing them the necessary equipment, what they call PPE, the personal protection equipment, so that they could respond to this. And so far, we have not had any cases in any of the senior citizen areas or in the prison. And in the prison, we locked that down the first day that this situation became clear. And we have kept it that way, and we've kept the virus out of there. It's institutions such as these that reflect about 68% of the fatalities nationwide, and they become the hot spots very quickly in a given county. So we've been very careful with that and very proactive in getting the information and necessary equipment to them. At this point in time, the 9/11 director is in right now building up supplies because there's been nationwide indication that we're going to have a re-insurgence in the fall. We're certainly hoping that won't happen, but we will be prepared. We will have all the necessary information and equipment ready to go in the event there is a resurgence to try to keep this under control. I think if you look at the statistics in our county, we've done an excellent job. The 9/11 Center and the emergency management people have done an excellent job of keeping this down in our county. We only had 37 cases all the way through since February now, and 7 deaths. And that's been very low compared to our surrounding counties, which are up in the thousands. Of course, they do have a much larger population, but per 1,000 population, Wyoming County has done an excellent job in keeping this situation under control. We're just, at this point, asking the public to be patient, but I know that's difficult, to be patient and try to follow these rules so that we can keep a resurgence from happening.
Well, thank you, Commissioner Ernie King, for this very thorough Wyoming County update, and we'll look forward to hearing from you again in the not too distant future. So thanks again.
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate being able to do this and speak with the public. But again, I'm encouraging everybody, any questions, eking@wycopa.org. I'm always glad to hear from you. Okay?
Thank you.